Hello, 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 everyone. I am so delighted. It is Tip Tuesday Live. Once again, I am coming to you live streaming here in Online Business Builders, our Facebook group. Also over on our David and Dana Facebook page, our business page, and a new edition, of course, on our YouTube channel, Ask David and Dana. And this is going to actually, this LinkedIn tip day is actually going to be embedded in our LinkedIn course very soon. So what you're watching today live will soon be part of a bonus to or a module of our LinkedIn course, Master LinkedIn for Profit. So if you don't have a copy of that course and you are serious about using LinkedIn for business and really want to figure out how you can get more visible on LinkedIn, then you probably want to ask me about the course and I'll let you know how you can get a copy of that. But today we are going to dive into some things that I recently learned about LinkedIn, some things that are coming. You know, it's always great to know how to use the latest and greatest things that each of the platforms roll out. And LinkedIn, as I understand it, is they don't necessarily make huge announcements. I'm getting a message here, just one second. It says we're having trouble streaming to Facebook. I'm just going to have to keep going, and that's fine. I've got it on the YouTube channel and on our Facebook group. So I apologize. I hope you all can hear me okay. But when LinkedIn rolls out some new features, they do it kind of quietly, and that can be good for the fact that that they're not getting a lot of attention and that kind of thing. But their rollout is also very slow. So that's probably why they do it. They don't want to get people overly excited about what's coming when it might roll out over a several month period of time. So what I'm going to show you today and talk about today is something that is rolling out as we speak. I do not have it yet, so I will not be able to demonstrate it for you in this short video. However, I can tell you where to look for it. And as you can replay this as many times as you want and find out how to use it when you see that it does roll out for you. Hey, Eric, thank you for sharing. That's awesome. Okay, so what you want to be looking for, and this is a new, it's called creator mode. Creator mode. And where you're going to find this, and I can show you that. So I'm going to quick share my screen and jump over to my profile, because that way I can show you exactly where you're going to want to look to see, because this creator mode is going to be great. So if you go to your profile and you slide down to where it talks about your dashboard, you see there the dashboard. Right below the dashboard where it says salary insights, my items, and then right even below that activity. When you get this creator mode, it will say creator mode. And that is a new feature that you are going to want to learn how to use. Now, what's important about this also is that you'll be given an opportunity to pick up to five content categories that you are most interested in. And LinkedIn will build that all into their algorithm to know that those are the kinds of categories that not only are you interested in, but those are probably also ones that you will be sharing on a regular basis. You don't have to do all five, but they will offer you some content categories to pick up, topics. Think of like hashtags. And LinkedIn will see that you favor that content, and that is a good thing. Now, you're also going to be, when you take advantage of this creator mode, you will then no longer see, on your profile, the follow button is illuminated. First and foremost, it makes following you so much easier. Now, why is that important? Well, LinkedIn has a limit of how many people you can be connected to, and that's 30,000 people. Now, that's a lot of people. However, there is an unlimited amount of followers. So when you're in the creator mode, when you have selected this feature, your people, when they visit your profile, they will see your followers and that number. You'll notice now, if you go to your profile, if you've got 1,000 connections or 10,000 connections, however many connections you have, LinkedIn will only ever show 500 plus. That's how they show that on your profile. If you're looking for a little bit more authority, that 500 plus just isn't all that impressive. But when you go and you use the creator mode, it will show your number of follows. And that's why having more follows can be to your benefit. Now, there are pros and cons to follows and connections. Connections are usually those people that you have met or that you actually have some sort of a relationship with. Now, that could be totally different from followers, because followers are people that are watching you. They are people that are interested in you, but maybe you haven't had a conversation yet. And so followers can certainly be upgraded to connections, and that is fine. And I do that on a regular basis. But that's the difference between connections and followers. So there is a benefit to being in that creator mode. It makes it very easy for people to follow you. They don't have to be in your first or second or third connections. It's just easier. And so that is something to be watching for when that creator mode comes out. All right, what other goodies do I want to share with you tonight? Okay, some algorithm tips. I don't know if you all are interested in algorithms, but that's what runs most of our, or all of our platforms, our algorithms, and understanding how that works. I don't know that there's anyone that truly understands it all, but I learned this tip, or I learned this strategy, and I want to share that with you. Now, have you ever taken the app, your LinkedIn app on your phone, and opened your LinkedIn on your desktop as well? You may notice, if you ever do that, that the feed is different. What you're seeing on your desktop is different than what you're seeing on your phone. Now, at first glance or first blush, you might think that's kind of weird. Why would it be different? It all comes down to the algorithm and where it is and what you've done before on LinkedIn on your phone. LinkedIn will remember that. They'll even know the device you were on. And so if you want to be able to connect and follow and see content in a certain way on your phone, you need to go and start finding those things on your phone. So depending on where you use LinkedIn the most, that is where you want to optimize it for you. So now I don't use LinkedIn on my phone all that often. So it isn't that important to me what's happening over there. I'm building the algorithm on my desktop. Now, there is a couple things that would change my mind to that are available only on my device, my handheld device. And that would be the stories, the LinkedIn stories. And I've talked about those before, where it's much like the stories you have on Instagram or on Facebook. They are those little snippets. I think they're 60 seconds. See if I have that in my notes anywhere. It's a short period, but they're available for 24 hours. And the only way you can do a story right now is on your mobile. Now, they may change that at some point, but at the time of this recording, the only way you can do a story, or a LinkedIn story, is from your mobile device. Now, what's cool about stories is that you can put a clickable link in that, but only if you have 5,000 or more followers. So keep that in mind. If you want to put a clickable link in your story, which makes it very simple for people just to click and go someplace, that is a place you can do it. Now, I'm not sure. I'm going to share one more little tip here that I learned, and then I will close out this training. But it has to do with what they call cover stories. Cover stories. Now, this we'll find in that creator mode. This is another benefit for that. So when you get creator mode, when you have access to that, you will be able to do this next tip. And the cover story is, I wish I could play one for you, but think of it like a 1-minute commercial. A 1-minute commercial where you can introduce yourself, where you can talk about the services and offerings that you provide, and that you can even use it to tell a fun story that lets people into your world a little bit, tells them a little bit about who you are. And the purpose of the story would be if you're using LinkedIn to find a job, let's say, you could use your cover story to be that introduction, that handshake. Not quite an elevator pitch. I wouldn't even go so far as to that, but just to let people know who you are, be welcoming. And it's something that would be played over and over and over, and it would be available on your profile for people to click. It's an introduction. It's a commercial. It's about who you are and who you serve. And I'm really super excited about that. And I told you that would be the last tip, but I just remembered something else that's really cool. LinkedIn Live is the last thing I'm going to talk about. And that is doing a live video on LinkedIn. Now, not everybody can do that. Not everybody can do that. You do have to apply. It is in the beta system. They're rolling that out again slowly. But if you want to do live videos on LinkedIn, what's cool about that is while it's happening, your banner, that when you first log on to your profile, your banner at the top behind your cute little picture, that will transform into your live broadcast. So if you're able to get people to your profile when you're going live, they don't have to scroll and figure out where your live video is playing. Boom, it's just right there, front and center on your profile. So those are the little LinkedIn tips that I have for you today, and I hope that this was a helpful video. Again, this will be part of our LinkedIn course. And if you are interested in hearing more about that, I would give you a link. You can check that out. And there are also ways that you can get that free. So I can share that. We've got a contest going on for one thing. It's a lot of fun, a lot of engagement going on. And I can tell you more about that. So put something in the comments, put course in the comments, and I will reach out to you to find out which solution, which way to access that would be the best. And until next time, this is Dana Hagstrom from davidanddana.com, wishing you a blessed week. Be safe and be happy.